Brees and the Saints. A win could clinch the NFC South for New Orleans. Super Bowl champion, two-time Super Bowl champion Damian Woody with us now. Merry Christmas Eve to you, Damian. Always good to see you. Send the best to the entire fam. And I'm going to start with you here. So, Damian, tell me this. What's the biggest thing you need to... What? What's wrong?
Molly, Damian's back in the corner. Remember
for
how long?
No, there's no corner.
Like in Scarface's house with the columns behind him.
No.
And then he gets pushed in the corner by the kids. They're all home for the holidays and COVID and everything.
No one puts baby in the corner.
You see what time it is. You got the... I know there's no corner here. You got the Christmas tree. You got the gifts. So I'm in a festive mood. So I just wanted to show that, this is not, this is not the corner like it was before. Stop it, Max. Stop.
That's a corner. That looks like your Christmas tree that you put there for TV. Will you stop it? Then you got shoved in the corner again, Wood.
Oh my gosh, you guys are nuts.
We claimed the house. Right. Damn it, Woody. What's going on with you?
Come on. Damian, tell me this. What do you need to see from the Saints tomorrow?
Listen, I know people are going to talk about Drew Brees, but I'm going to go to the Saints on the defensive side of the football. This is a defense that's, they're playing like they're one of the best in the National Football League. But if you take a closer look at the Saints over the past couple of weeks, there's some issues that I think that needs to be addressed as they make this playoff push, particularly their rush defense. Last week they gave up 4.4 yards an attempt to the Kansas City Chiefs. And the week prior to that, they gave up over 200 yards rushing. That's something that they haven't done since, I believe, 1980, where they given up that many rushing yards, having two separate 100-yard rushes. So when you typically, over the past couple of years, typically what we've seen from the New Orleans Saints on offense, Drew Brees has steadily declined as far as his play is concerned.
Looks like we got a little glitch there.
Saints defense,
there we go. Go ahead, Damian. Sorry, we just had a little glitch there.
Wood, you got to move to a part. Wood, you need to move to a part of the house with better Wi-Fi. They stuck you in the corner and they're sucking up all the Wi-Fi with their TikTok. They're on Zoom with their friends. There's no Wi-Fi left in the Woody house.
Well, you might be right. They might be on everywhere with Wi-Fi on. So, but like I said, the Saints defense got to show up. If they want to make a playoff run, a deep playoff run to ultimately get to Tampa, I think this defense got to continue to show up, particularly this week against the Minnesota Vikings and that rushing attack with Dalvin Cook.
Kids, I got to be on TV. Dad, I'm on a Zoom call with my friends. Hey, listen, I hear what you're saying about the defense, Wood. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right now, circumstances have conspired to make the defense look worse than it really is. First of all, the Eagles are good with Jalen Hurts because Doug Peterson's actually a very good coach. I had to be reminded. Right? Carson Wentz was holding the team back. As soon as you put Hurts in, it looks like they did when they had Nick Foles, right? Suddenly, they're hard to defend. So I don't hold that against the Saints, and it was going in. It's a trap game. It's the Eagles. They're terrible. Oh, wait a minute. They're not terrible. And Hurts can not only fast, but he can throw the ball too. And so that was one. And then you play the Chiefs. Well, guess what? They might run on you because you have a lot to worry about in the passing game, the vertical passing game especially. So that's going to loosen things up for the run. I'm not too concerned about the Saints' defense. By far, for me, the answer is Drew Brees. What I need to see from the Saints this week is a recovering Drew Brees on a trajectory that would take him to being an elite quarterback again. No, his arm isn't what it used to be, and he never had a howitzer, right? But he needs to be a guy who we believe, he can be in the elite. There's Mahomes and Rodgers, and then there's Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson and Josh Allen, and Drew Brees needs to be in that group, if not with Rodgers and Mahomes, in that next group. He has to make us believe that, because you're right, in recent years, he's worn down. He's old, and he gets hit. And by the end of the season, besides calls going against them, he didn't look so great in the playoffs. But in a way, the silver lining for having 1,000 fractured ribs and a punctured lung at the age of 41, right? The silver lining is in recuperating and rehabilitating from that injury, from those injuries, he got some time off in terms of football playing. Maybe he'll be fresher for the playoff run, but he looked bewildered at times and confused in his first game back. It's understandable against, one of the best teams in football. And in the end, it was only a field goal difference. And he didn't have Michael Thomas. Still doesn't have Michael Thomas. Won't have Thomas till the playoffs. But Breeze has to show us, has to give us reason now to think, yes, he can actually win a Super Bowl. The team should be good enough when they get Thomas back on both sides of the ball. They have a great coach. They have a real defense. They have great players on offense. They have a real number 2 receiver. Kamara's still great. Breeze has to make us believe it's not simply going to be, good shot, but more dynamic quarterbacks were just too much in the moment of truth. He has to make us believe he's still an elite quarterback.
Well, here's the problem, Max. You're talking about how much more can he make? How can he convince it to be elite? A 41-year-old quarterback? Usually you're trending in the wrong direction. You're not trending towards getting back to elite level. You're usually trending the other way with Father Time. So that's why, my eyes tend to go towards the defensive side of the football. Because if the New Orleans Saints are going to make this run to the Super Bowl, the defensive side of the football, they need to be elite. They need to be the ones that's going to carry Drew Brees to that Lombardi Trophy.
All right. Vikings Saints, 4:30 Eastern. Merry Christmas to the Woody family and Happy New Year. I'll probably talk to you before then, though. All right, guys. Also on Christmas Day, a full slate of NBA games. How about 5? And they're all really, really good, starting with Zion's Pelicans, who take on